Have you ever felt that intense satisfaction? That little hit of dopamine when you finally clear your email inbox? For Chloe, a sharp and ambitious project manager at a bustling tech firm, that feeling was everything. Her holy grail was a simple, triumphant sight, the words all caught up. Glowing on her screen, productivity wasn't just a goal for her. It was her entire identity. Her life was a ladder of achievements, every rung a task checked off, a project shipped, a goal met. The promotion, the corner office, the feeling of being ahead, that was the destination. The daily grind, the endless emails, the long meetings, the tedious reports that was just the chaotic noise she had to endure to get there. Her inbox was the command center in her war against chaos. Every unread email was an enemy to be defeated. She had a complex system of labels, filters, and keyboard shortcuts she used with the speed of a concert pianist. Inbox Zero wasn't just a method, it was a moral imperative. Achieving it, even for a fleeting moment, felt like control. But the satisfaction was always hollow, vanishing almost as quickly as it came. The moment her inbox was clear, a new anxiety would creep in. What's next? Is this it? The bigger role, the higher salary, they shimmered on the horizon, but when she reached them, they were just new destinations with a fresh, overflowing inbox waiting for her. The work was never truly done, it just changed its name. The burnout didn't come with a crash, it was a slow, steady dimming. It was the feeling of staring at her laptop at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday, the all-caught-up message glowing mockingly. She felt nothing, no pride, no relief, just a profound, echoing emptiness. She had conquered her to-do list, but she'd lost the reason why she was doing any of it. Her vehicle for success had become a prison, and the destination no longer seemed to exist. Desperate for a new system, for a fix, she Googled burnout cure. The internet, in its infinite wisdom, offered her not another productivity hack, but a Zen parable. It was a simple story. A young monk asked his master, "What did you do before enlightenment?" The master replied, "I chopped wood and carried water." The monk, intrigued, asked, "And what do you do now after enlightenment?" The master smiled, "I chop wood and carry water." Chloe read it again. Her first reaction was disappointment, even anger. What kind of useless, circular nonsense was this? The whole point was to stop chopping wood and carrying water. The point was to get to a place where you didn't have to do the mundane tasks. The parable felt like a taunt, a confirmation that the grind was all there was. Dejected, she closed her laptop. The next morning, the parable was stuck in her head like an unsolvable riddle. Out of sheer, hopeless curiosity, she decided to run an experiment. For just one day, she would forget about the destination. She would forget about the empty inbox, the promotion, the future. She would simply do the tasks, not to complete them, but to do them. Her first test was making her morning coffee. Usually, she'd slam the kettle on the stove, rush to get the grounds in the filter, and check her phone while it brewed the coffee was just a caffeine delivery mechanism. This time, she forced herself to slow down. She listened to the sound of the water pouring from the tap. She watched the slow, swirling dance of the coffee grounds. She inhaled the rich, earthy aroma. For 3 minutes, she did nothing but make coffee. And in that small, focused space, there was no anxiety about the day ahead. There was only the coffee. Emboldened, she went to work. Her first task was a project update email she'd been dreading. Normally, she'd rush through it, her mind already on the next 10 tasks. This time, she closed all other tabs. She set a timer for 20 minutes. Her only job was to craft this single email. She chose her words with care, considering the recipient's perspective. She found herself enjoying the process of making the sentences clear and graceful. She wasn't writing an email just to get it done. She was crafting a communication. When she hit send, she felt a small, quiet flicker of satisfaction. It was a good email. The task itself had been interesting. She started applying this to everything. In meetings, instead of mentally writing her grocery list, she truly listened to her colleagues. She was no longer just waiting for her turn to speak. She was participating in a conversation. When compiling a data report, she stopped seeing it as a soul-crushing chore and approached it like a detective looking for a story within the numbers. The transformation wasn't instantaneous. The old habits of frantic multitasking and future tripping would reappear. But each time, she'd gently guide her focus back to the single task in front of her. The wood, the water, a strange shift began to occur. The compulsion to reach Inbox 0 lost its power. The inbox was just a repository, not a scorecard. Some days it was empty, some days it wasn't. It didn't define her worth. The frantic energy that had once fueled her was replaced by a steady, grounded focus. The climax came during a high-stakes product launch. The entire team was in a panic, 100 fires to put out at once. The old Chloe would have been in her element, a frenzied general fueled by stress. The new Chloe simply started with the most pressing task, a malfunctioning graphic on the homepage. She didn't think about the other 99 problems. She worked with the designer pixel by pixel until it was fixed. Then she moved to the next thing. And the next, she was chopping wood. She was carrying water. Her calm became a stabilizing force for the entire team. The launch was a success, and her boss singled her out for her incredible poise under pressure. Walking home that night, she finally understood the parable. Enlightenment wasn't about escaping the mundane tasks of life. It was about transforming your relationship to them. Before, she chopped wood to have wood and carried water to have water, always for a future result. Now, she chopped wood for the sake of chopping, finding a rhythm in the swing of the axe. She carried water for the sake of carrying, feeling the weight of the bucket. The inbox is still there. The emails still come. The work is and always will be the same, but Chloe is different. She stopped looking for fulfillment in the empty inbox, in the finished task, or in the distant promotion. She found it, instead, in the focused mind and the engaged heart she brings to every single moment of the work itself. The destination had dissolved, and she had discovered, to her astonishment, that she was already home. If this story resonates with you, if you're tired of chasing the horizon, maybe it is time to stop and just notice the wood you're re-chopping and the water you're re-carrying. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this.